Chapter 4. Peaches. Soft and hollow, how thou dost overcome the hard and full. It dies, it gives itself. To thee is the fruit. Be thou the bride, thou shalt be the mother hereafter. To all impressions thus, let them not overcome thee, yet let them breed within thee. The least of the impressions, come to its perfection, is Pan. Receive 1,000 lovers, thou shalt bear but one child. This child shall be the heir of Fate the Father. Chapter 5. The Battle of the Ants. That is not which is. The only word is silence. The only meaning of that word is not. Thoughts are false. Fatherhood is unity disguised as duality. Peace implies war. Power implies war. Harmony implies war. Victory implies war. Glory implies war. Foundation implies war. Alas for the kingdom wherein all these are at war. Chapter 6. Caviar. The word was uttered. The one exploded into 1,000 million worlds. Each world contained 1,000 million spheres. Each sphere contained 1,000 million planets. Each planet contained 1,000 million stars. Each star contained a many thousand million things. Of these the reasoner took 6, and, preening, said, "This is the one and the all." These 6 the adept harmonized, and said, "This is the heart of the one and the all." These 6 were destroyed by the master of the temple, and he spake not. The ash thereof was burnt up by the magus into the word. Of all this did the Ipsissimus know nothing. Chapter 7. The Dinosaurs. None are they whose number is 6, else were they 6 indeed. 7 are these 6 that live not in the city of the pyramids, under the night of Pan. There was Lao Tzu, there was Siddhartha, there was Krishna, there was Tahuti, there was Moshe, there was Dionysus, there was Mahmud. But the 7th men called Perdurabo, for, enduring unto the end, at the end, was not to endure. Amen. Chapter 8. Steeped Horsehair. Mind is a disease of semen. All that a man is or may be is hidden therein. Bodily functions are parts of the machine, silent unless in disease. But mind, never at ease, creaketh I. This I persisteth not, posteth not through generations, changeth momently, finally is dead. Therefore is man only himself, when lost to himself in the charioting. Chapter 9. The Branks. Being is the noun, form is the adjective, matter is the noun, motion is the verb. Wherefore hath being clothed itself with form? Wherefore hath matter manifested itself in motion? Answer not, O silent one, for there is no wherefore, no because. The name of that is not known. The pronoun interprets, that is, misinterprets, it. Time and space are adverbs. Duality begat the conjunction. The conditioned is father of the preposition. The article also marketh division, but the interjection is the sound that endeth in silence. Destroy thereof the 8 parts of speech. The 9th is nigh unto truth. This also must be destroyed, before thou enterest into the silence. Aum. Chapter 10, Whittle Straws. The abyss of hallucination has law and reason, but in truth there is no bond between the toys of the gods. This reason and law is the bond of the great lie. Truth, 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 crieth the Lord of the abyss of hallucinations. There is no silence in that abyss, for all that men call silence is its speech. The abyss is also called hell, and the many. Its name is consciousness and the universe among men. But that which neither is silent nor speaks rejoices therein. Chapter 11, The Glowworm. Concerning the holy three and naught, knew it, had it, Ra-Hur Kuit, are only to be understood by the master of the temple. They are above the abyss and contain all contradiction in themselves. Below them is a seeming duality of chaos and Babylon. These are called father and mother, but it is not so. They are called brother and sister, but it is not so. They are called husband and wife, but it is not so. The reflection of all is Pan. The night of Pan is the annihilation of the all. Cast down through the abyss is the light, the rosy cross, the rapture of union that destroys. That is the way. The rosy cross is the ambassador of Pan. How infinite is the distance from this to that, yet all is here and now, nor is there any there or then, for all that is, what is it but a manifestation, that is a part, that is a falsehood, of that which is not. Yet that which is not neither is nor is not that which is. Identity is perfect, therefore the law of identity is but a lie. For there is no subject, and there is no predicate, nor is there the contradictory of either of these things. Holy, holy, holy are these truths that I utter, knowing them to be but falsehoods. Broken mirrors, troubled waters, hide me, O Our Lady, in thy womb, for I may not endure the rapture. In this utterance of falsehood upon falsehood, whose contradictories are also false, it seems as if that which I uttered not were true. Blessed, unutterably blessed, is the last of the illusions. Let me play the man and thrust it from me. Amen. Chapter 12, The Dragonflies. I-O is the cry of the lower, as O-I of the higher. In figures they are 1001. In letters they are joy. For when all is equilibrated, when all is beheld from without all, there is joy, joy, joy that is but one facet of a diamond, every other facet whereof is more joyful than joy itself. Chapter 13, Pilgrim Talk. O thou that settest upon the path, false is the phantom that thou seeketh. When thou hast it, thou shalt know all bitterness, thy teeth fixed in the Sodom apple. Thus hast thou been lured along that path, whose terror else had driven thee far away.
And it's Torah, a text you will never see.
Hey, comedian. Shalom. I don't feel like I miss him much.
What's that? Of course not. Here to stop for you. You're spiritually inadequate for it.
What a shame.
Yeah, it is.
Aziz,
That's why you are the way you are.
Aziz, you're not going to get the Torah?
I the hadiths to get a better appreciation for the Gemara.
Yeah, it's a real ride in the country.
You hear that?
Sometimes a person doesn't appreciate what they have until they see alternatives.
Yeah. I know it's shocking. Not as much as you, but more than others, I grew up with this stuff. And then you start to talk to other people and you realize, wow, man, the world is messed up. People are messed, including that guy I was just telling you about. Saying, oh, you're keeping it mysterious. You don't want us to know.
Well, they hate us because they hate us.
Well, also it's that. That's right. But I have my psychological theory, which probably should be further developed.
Is it psychoanalytic?
Yeah, somewhat, I would say. Yeah, definitely.
I'd love to hear.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. The story of redemption, in which we're enslaved, and then we are freed by God, and we're now in the desert, and we receive the Torah, is a story that tells us that our suffering was meaningful, that it wasn't for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why the Haggadah says, we'd still be slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. And everyone asks, wait a minute, we wouldn't be because the Egyptian empire has fallen. So no, we'd still have the slave mentality. We'd be exactly.
It's metaphorical, and it didn't happen to them. It happened to us here, sitting at this table. I mean, right? That's tremendously powerful.
Yes.
But then others read it, and I guess obviously it's the most popular story in human history, right? I mean, more people.
Yes.
And the problem is they think that it has to be them and not us, so they have to supersede us. You're laughing because it's so right, correct?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. It hit me one day when we were dealing with the BHI.
Oh, I mean,
you ain't no Jew.
I don't understand though. Like, if you really want to get supersession, if you want to be like L. Ron Hubbard mixed with something like that's super. If you want to.
She's doing her teeth.
Oh.
Mute up. You're doing your teeth. Daddy. Anyway, go ahead.
Extra points for the electric toothbrush. So
it sounds like a Sonic, though. I don't like the Sonic.
I don't know. I just remember the Philips. Does Philips make Sonic here? I don't remember. But,
I think it does.
Sorry, I don't get why no religious innovator, religious entrepreneur of religion didn't just go back before the Bible and resurrect and elaborate Hammurabi Code or the Epic of Gilgamesh and just don't supersede the Torah, copy something that came before the Torah.
Because it's not as good. It's like there's the Yankees and there's everybody else.
Have you ever smelled the Torah?
Have you ever danced with the Torah? When I came up with that, man, I think I was falling asleep and my mind was wide open. That was really, really funny.
Wait, this goes all the way back to you, Norm?
Oh yeah, it's so great. And then like Galilean will do it, an impression of him, and everyone has an impression of it. It's really, really good.
Thank you, Danny. I'm glad you were there I'm glad you were there for it. It's very sweet that I have an audience of
I don't know if I was there for the first time, but I've definitely been there for other people bringing it up, so I know it enough to do it.
Really?
You know?
When I'm not there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does Galilean?
Nair.
You said Nair?
Oh, Nair. Oh, yeah. He and I did it back and forth a little bit. We were bouncing it back. Yeah. Because I started with, you've never even, people start quoting it, right? They go Torah and Talmud, they don't know what they're talking about. So I go, you've never seen a Torah. And then I said, and then one day it was Simchas Torah was on, I just came out with, have you ever danced with a Torah?
Oh,
and then we just kept doing shtick.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, it's almost a transformative moment to hear those two bits from Rabbi Nachman and then from the Alter Rebbe and then Rabbi Nachman last night. It's very, like you said, you just thanked me for saying it. I just heard it last night from Peekaboo and Doge. It's very powerful.
It's super powerful. Yeah. He was my 7th great grandfather, Nachman.
Pretty much one in, I would say, 5 people that I meet tell me that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, including I think both Doge and Peekaboo. Maybe it was just Doge that had a claim like that. Might have been the identical claim. Pretty much everybody
like
meets.
my great grandmother was the 3rd generation down from the Kunsker Rebbe, and he was like 2 generations down from our Nachman. My great grandmother's last name was Morgenstern.
The funny thing is, if you do the genealogy, if you ever like test your DNA, you see that we're all 4th cousins.
Yes, I just told Danny that we're within 5th cousins, mostly.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, we have common ancestry on the thing.
When I did it, like one of the first things that came up was the mother of a friend of mine from high school. Okay, like a best friend. I guess I could even say his name, Howard Levy. So I picked up the phone and called the number that she had in high school, which was a while ago, if you can imagine, right? It's a while ago, and she picked up the phone. She was there, and my friend from high school was there too. Like he was visiting her. So
And then what happened? You said that you're related, and then what?
Yeah, and then we just started calling each other cousin, and we sort of